So you and I don't get to take revenge. When things go wrong, when people turn against us, whether they're like really aggressively and mean about it in your workplace or whatever it might be, or even if they're doing things bad to you and they don't realize it, either way, you don't get the privilege of taking revenge. The reason I'm using that word privilege is because a lot of times humans, you and I, want to take revenge. We want to give them a little piece of our mind, don't we? But you don't get that privilege. In fact, another portion of Scripture says that vengeance is mine, declares the Lord. It is the Lord that has that ultimate privilege. You do not get to take revenge. It is exemplified, I think, in the life of King David as he is running from King Saul. If anybody had the right to take revenge, it would have been King David before he became king. He did not take that right at all. In fact, he says he will not do anything to the Lord's anointed. And so he doesn't take revenge, and of course is exemplified as well in Jesus himself. So as we read Psalm 35, we see that David is saying, I'm not going to take revenge. I'm going to let the Lord do that work of vengeance. And then Psalm 36 is the epitome, is this great explanation of this wicked person who talks about evil within his heart. And ultimately, we know he'll take vengeance. The Lord will do what is right and just, and do what is good. And therefore, we do not need to take matters into our own hands. We need to be obedient, but we do not in any way need to go after folks. But example we have in Psalm 35 is that all of those emotions, in all of those things that you want to say, you need to say to the Lord and ultimately not do anything with your actions. I think sometimes we make the error of that we do things with our actions rather than talking to the Lord about it. And if we talked to the Lord about it, we wouldn't have done some of the silly, harmful things to other people. So let's get into the reading. Hopefully you already did your space and you found there's all kinds of things. Oh, my journal Bible, if you don't have one, it's filled up with all kinds of different color markings and stuff. But I do have one example for us to follow, is that we should not take revenge. So I hope you've already read it. I'm going to do a flyover really quickly, and I hope that you found some good things. And so here it is. The verse 1 is our example to follow. Contend, O Lord, with those who contend with me. Notice he is not taking vengeance. He is going to the Lord in prayer saying, God, you contend with them. You fight my battle. And boy, is this a battle that he is fighting. He's saying, fight against those who fight against me. He's telling the Lord, take up the shield, take up the buckler, which was that small shield. Get your spear out. Boy, if we're calling on the Lord to get the spear and javelin out, we are calling on the ultimate person to take care of things. And then he says, let them be put to shame and dishonor. Notice he's not saying, I'm going to put them to shame. I'm going to give them a piece of my mind. He's like, let them be put to shame. There's a passiveness that he is not the one bringing about the dishonor. He's saying, let them be turned back and disappointed. Then he goes down here, as we're talking about these people that are against King David, he's saying that these people are without cause. They've hidden a net for him. Without cause, they've dug a pit for his life. So these people have not had a reason to really be against King David, and yet they've hidden a net. They have dug a pit. And David is actually going to use that terminology, use that imagery to say, this is what's going to happen to them. This is what I want the Lord to do to them. There it is, verse 8, let the net that he hid ensnare him. So notice, even though there is no action of King David actually go against these people, he is praying that the Lord will take care of this. And he's even asking this sinful things that they have done and devised, may it be done to them. And I think of that old story of Esther and Haman, Mordecai. Haman wanted to build this. He wanted to see Mordecai hung, and he ends up hanging on it himself. That great story in the book of Esther. Going on, notice malicious witnesses rise up against me. And here's the sad thing, verse 13, David saying, when they were sick, I wore sackcloth. I fasted for them. I prayed with my head bowed down. So not only are these people coming against him for no reason, he's actually been very nice and kind and pastorally praying for these people. Verse 15, he says, wretches whom I did not know. So some of these people coming against David, he don't even know particularly what they're doing. Wretches whom I did not know toward me without ceasing. We know for sure that is the words that could be on Jesus's lips. They were coming after him. Of course, Jesus is God and would have known everybody, but it's not that he went after just these people that he didn't have any physical interaction with while he was here on earth. There was an entire mob calling out against him, crucify him, coming at him without reason. And again, letting the Lord take vengeance. Let not those who rejoice over me, who are wrongfully my foes. Here's this that helps us to do this. Verse 22, you have seen, O Lord, be not silent. We need to have that attitude. We can not take vengeance and take revenge because we realize the Lord sees it. He's going to take care of it. Here's again more of that example. Awake and rouse yourself. Vindicate me, O Lord, my God. So we come down to then Psalm 36, and we see just what the wicked does. Transgression speaks to the wicked deep in his heart. So he's thinking about these terrible things, which is going to be the kind of people that were coming after David in Psalm 35. And notice these wicked people are so bad, even while they're just laying on their bed trying to fall asleep, they're figuring out their plans. They're plotting trouble while on his bed. And hear it again, remembering the Lord takes care of revenge. He always writes things. Remember verse 7, the children of mankind take refuge in the shadow of your wings. If you're wanting help, you're going to trust the Lord. You're not going to take the privilege of vengeance on yourself. Let not the foot of arrogance come upon me. Again, an example for us to follow in letting the Lord take care of it. Let not them come against me. I pray that's been a blessing to you. I'll see you all in the next reading.